Come on, Twitch. It doesn't like the title. Come on. Oh, it probably thinks it's sexual, and I don't mean it to be sexual. I just mean that they're mentally not with it. Their parents were deficient in their raising. I mean, do this. Women, men aren't dating. I think that's a safe way of describing it without any innuendo. I hope that does it. Still trying to get used to all this technology. Hello, everybody. Sassy Bacons from Bacon, USA. You can figure out which part is the big part, so we'll leave that up to you. But just thought that there really is a interesting phenomena that's been created ever since feminism and how it came out of socialism and how it's generally just helped to rot our society to the point where I still think that was it MGTOW, men going their own way, is extremely interesting, sad, funny, but justifiable. And do women not know how crazy they are? I mean, by comparison, I mean, my husband one time accused me of being a dude because I was so calm, collected, and wasn't freaked out by anything. And he didn't think it was the right female response. I beg to differ. But then when we finally got talking about it, it's like the girl's still in there. You just aren't used to not crazy. Because his exes, yeah, his exes were so crazy. Like the stories about them, you think they're made up. They're not. But at the same time, if you see some of these clips that I show you, it's not of them, but the behavior of women is like so funny that it's sad. Just completely sad. Let's see. I think I have some hidden over here. All right. The worst one was the most recent one. I'll try not to have the volume be too high because she really gets shrieking. This girl is complaining about not being able to support herself in America, going to school in middle America and needing 4 jobs and not being able to graduate when she wants to graduate and just loses her crap.
No, because fuck you, America, for making me pay, or for making me work 4 fucking jobs! 4 jobs! While I'm in college in rural fucking Tennessee and I can barely pay my own fucking rent, and I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 fucking jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester! It's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair anymore. It's never been fair, not in my lifetime. And will it ever be fair? No, because I'm a woman in America. Oh my God. I just want to live in peace, America. And I will one day. Probably somewhere fucking else. Anyways, look how cute my nails are.
With that being the first example, would you want to date this individual who, despite having a meltdown, is almost bipolar? Like, I know medical conditions are real, but at the same time, are we almost like encouraging them to an extent? Are we encouraging people to be this kind of such a not in control of themselves? It's just so completely normalized, it seems. And I know they have psychiatrists, but what about spiritual guidance? You can mix the spiritual with the mental, and maybe this can be healed or cured or matured a little. Because I wouldn't curse this child on any dude who wanted to build an honest future in America. No. Would you want this person to have kids? Would you trust this person to not drown those children? Odds are not in her favor. I mean, she has my deepest sympathies, but having nonstop sympathy for the female race is the worst thing possible because what's left for dudes? I'm not saying all dudes are perfect because they're not, but they have enough good qualities to where they shouldn't have to deal with that. Or I know women like to talk about men, how they're so abusive. The physical abuses, the mental abuses, financial abuses. Yet at the same time, because both sides are guilty of especially financial abuse. I took a Lyft the other day. The guy who was my driver, this is a true story, y'all. His wife got wrapped up in one of those fake Bitcoin like scams, and she bought like $10,000 worth of Bitcoin or some variation that wasn't even real. So that was a loss for their small family. Then she went and bought by accident through Facebook a stolen car for about 10 grand. So after both of those incidences, obviously the husband took away her right to the finances and said, "You're only allowed to go food shopping with cash." I would do the same thing if my partner was just that clueless about living life on planet Earth. I mean, I still question whether or not she'd be safe around the kids, but just to be that foolhardy, to be that mentally without, I mean, I wish I could blame parents, but too many parents use public school. And with that combination, that's like lethal stupidity, extremely lethal. Because I know everyone's so worried about, you know, like I said, whether it's the abuses or having, if anyone's interested in Sharia law, let's pull this back up. Oh, come on. I think it's that one. There we go. If you want to see true abuse, now I don't know what this woman's offense was against Sharia law, but this is how they punish over in the Middle East. People start beating her with sticks. This is punishment for displeasing her husband. This is real. This is active. This is not. He didn't like my dress. He said I was fat. He did not say love. Yeah. I think the goal for that was to probably kill her or to unalive her, I think the better term is. That is real. That is true abuse. But then everyone likes to say, I love this picture. Feminists when World War III draft starts. Now, Biden did sign some legislation that says that women can be drafted, not just the men. That all of a sudden they'll want to stay home and be wives as soon as there's a war on, then go send the men out to fight while they stay home and be Susie Homemaker. Just the hypocrisy of that statement. But this is true. As soon as there's a real war, women all of a sudden, I have to stay home and cook. I have to stay home and raise kids. All of a sudden, I don't like guns. Bullshit. But then at the same time, this picture does. See if I pull it up all the way. This one does, in my opinion, explain divorce a lot. They get married, they bait and switch the guy, they use the judiciary, feminism, the police, warrants or even fake rape or fake abuse, for alimony, child support, and other maintenances, and they hold the kids hostage just so they can feel empowered. What about all the people who believed in equality? This is not equality. This is very real. The court system does support this type of setup. And then you go back to that screaming girl. This is the mental state of women today. Like I said, if it wasn't so funny, it's still sad though. And we wonder why men don't want to date. Here's why. This is how so many things end up. This is where your 50% divorce rate is. And this is why men don't want to date y'all. This is why you're alone on Friday night or whenever dating goes on. I don't want that one. There we go. Because I did hide some very nice things in the profile today. Okay, where was that other one? Oh, here's the other one. What girls expect out of guys.
What do women?
Now, I have to preface some of this. Definitely have to preface this. This is a psychologist who went on the Whatever podcast, who's always bringing on women to discuss what they like, don't like, expectations, and things of the like. This is the clip where he tells about a study where men took it, women took it, of what things they value the most out of each. And these are the results of how women wanted every single attribute that they suggested, while men were more reasonable and had a short list of what they were looking for in a woman. It's just how selfish women really are. Let's go back all the way.
What do women want?
I can speak off the top of my head about a study that's one of my favorites. The researchers first evaluated, well, which women are very, very attractive. So they gave a bunch of pictures to like 1,000 men who all voted on who the 9s and 10s were, who the most attractive women were. Yeah. And the researchers only gave the survey to these very attractive women. And the survey had like 40 items on it, which is like, are you looking for a handsome and sexy man? Are you looking for a wealthy provider? Are you looking for a family-oriented man? Are you looking for somebody who is loyal and committed? There's 40 items. And the attractive women across the board responded with yes. They wanted all 40 things. They wanted all 40 fucking things on the survey. And what's interesting, because the study was called Attractive Women Want It All. You can Google it. But what I found is that less attractive women don't want less.
So you heard it here, y'all. If you're ugly, you want all the benefits that all the pretty girls want too. Now, in some ways, I do understand it, but at the same time, I know who I married. I know exactly the good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between, or what parts of each of us were what I call a fixer-upper. Find you the best fixer-upper you can. Nobody's that kind of perfect. The only thing that would be that kind of perfect for what those beautiful women wanted was a rich inflatable doll. And we always accuse men of wanting inflatable dolls, except now they wanted rich inflatable dolls. Isn't that a little bit? Someone's stuck in the Twilight Zone. It's not reasonable. It's not logical. It's why men have stopped taking you to dinner. It's why all of a sudden everyone wants to go on a coffee date or just to hang or Netflix and chill. I mean, if this stuff is not killing the male libido, I don't know what is. Or maybe just slowing it down a lot. But this, it's like waking up every morning. It's more than just knowing you're not worth something. But you're telling all men, basically, or at least 90% of them, that they're not worth anything to you. that, I mean, I know girls are like, oh, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. Guys get to wake up knowing that they're a 0 in your eyes. And between the good, the bad, the ugly, the gorgeous, the whatever, no one's perfect and no one's complete 0. I mean, there might be a couple out there, but there's got to be one good thing about somebody somewhere at some time. And to say that we're all 0s or all 10s, no. Now, I always like to make the joke, I'm a -2. So beat that. I'm smart aleck. I don't take very much serious, and I'm short, fat, and ugly. I know exactly what I look like. Then why did I find someone really great and wonderful to marry? And y'all are still single. I know most people would give the middle finger right now, but screw y'all bitches. Just saying. And no, it's not, there's no any alternative reasons because we actually love each other. It's not, I don't have a wealthy trust fund. He's not chasing my money. I'm not chasing his. We're the best kind of equal that can be out there, and feminism has nothing to do with it. Does not touch it. None whatsoever. But it's like women don't know that they're crazy. Like, y'all is crazy. Very, very crazy. If anyone wants to come on the podcast later, let me know. There's a form in my Twitter. I pinned it to the top of my Twitter. So I can at least scan through and see if. Okay, that's a 26-minute one. That's a 13-minute one. Live user. I wonder if that's the. I'll go delete that one. That's when Twitch was screwing things up. Perfect. Did I save anything else in here? Oh, that NPR. We'll save that one for another day. Friends, you're having enough. I don't think I had anything else. Oh, everyone should start homeschooling. But then with the number of women out there, I don't think I'd want women to homeschool. They're just too dumb. They can't finish college. They have all the education debt usually. Women are not in a good place. They're supposed to add value to men's lives, but right now, it don't matter how pretty you are, stupid is forever. That is true. I mean, anyone can get plastic surgery, but your kids still come out looking like what you normally look like. So you can only put so much highlighter on it. You can only put so many layers and layers of makeup before you are who you are at the end of the day. And just being able to accept that. And I mean, I'm kind of glad that I would say that I have any issues, but like, I can't wear makeup. I'm allergic. So I can't fix this. It's what God gave me. I have to be spiritually at peace with it. I mean, how many other girls do you know wouldn't be at peace with that? It's like, I got to put on my 5,000 pounds of shellac to look good for someone who won't care about me tomorrow or only wants to hit and run your body. Bam. Was it wham bam? Thank you, ma'am. They got out their anxiety and left you potentially knocked up. No, life is better than that. Life is about joy and humor and making fun of when your partner does something stupid. Or my favorite thing that he still sometimes does, he likes to accuse me of saving up the garbage. Like, I only fill it up right before he gets home, so he has to take it out. Not that we both were filling it up the days previously, but I intentionally only fill up the garbage right before he gets home, so he has to take it out. And then one time I was accused of what's in this garbage? I mean, it's so full. What the heck do you put in it? Does it like expand once you put it in there? It's like, well, if you're so interested what's in the garbage, why don't you just take it out and look? And he stopped complaining. Just, it's a fact of life, and we're still somewhat getting used to each other in a weird way. And we'd known each other for a very long time at that point, but relationships are work. And you can't be childish about it. I mean, men seem to know this. Women don't. Women really, really don't. It's like social media has corrupted our minds and our brains, and there's a better world out there, so why aren't we making one? Why is everyone being so lazy? I mean, like I said, we always could go back to blaming parents in public school. It really is. It's tearing everything apart. Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you for the free advertisement for your products that I will not be mentioning. So, but yeah, if anyone has any comments or anything, leave them below. Let's see. I'm on most social media. Like, subscribe. But there's got to be something better for all these dumb bitches out there. I mean, men should want to take women to dinner again. They should work smarter, not harder. Women should wear less makeup and be less manipulative and just being dumb broads. Life's too short. People should not. Being a dumb broad does not pay off. Being a selfish bitch just gives you more content. And content is not love. Content is not a family. Content is not. It's creating something that can be deleted like that. Family is forever. It's not content on YouTube. It's not content on Instagram. It's not pictures of your butt from 45 different angles. Time to face reality. Snap out of it. Have a good one, y'all.